back to Jenny's kitchen, and today I'm making Mexican albondigas con hierbabuena. So let's get started. So we are going to start by chopping our veggies. We have tomato, we have onion, the mint, some potatoes, and look at these beautiful rainbow carrots that they're in season, so I decided to use these, and some zucchini. You can use the Mexican calabacita. Whatever I find on sale, that's what I get, guys. We're gonna need some oregano, some garlic powder, and some black pepper. All right, so let's get chopping. Let me make some room here. I'm gonna start by I'm gonna add like a little bit more than a tablespoon of garlic powder, the same tablespoon of black pepper. If you have fresh oregano, it's probably best, but I'm gonna use the dry. Look at this. These are from my garden. Look how beautiful they are. So I am just going to take the stem out. I don't want the stem, it's just too thick for me. And in this house, we love a lot of mint. We like it on our drinks, on our alcoholic beverages. Okay, so this is how I cut my mint. It's very similar to cilantro, it's just really, really tiny. So I just kind of overlap it, just like this, so I can get the bigger sizes, and then at the end, I just chop, chop, chop. Ooh, that smell of the mint, it's just so fragrant. Okay, we throw it in there. Just like that. And so now we want to cut our tomatoes. So it's a rainy day and we like to have calditos on a rainy day. I am that Mexican mom that makes caldos on the hot weather. So my kids remind me, do them on a rainy day, Mom. That's what I'm doing. And now the onion. Okay, so you add your onion. And so this time I'm gonna be using the caldo de res sazonador, which is the beef broth powder. I'm gonna add it on top of my albondigas. I'm going to add half a cup of rice. Oh guys, I was forgetting the egg. Let's put just 2 eggs. Now you get grinding. Mix really, really well. And I like to incorporate all the ingredients into my meat and just let it sit there for just a couple minutes when I get my tomato sauce going, just so the meatball or the meat can start infusing all these flavors already. So let me blend it really well. There we go. So now we put this aside. All right, guys, so before I start forming my little bolitas, my little meatballs, I'm gonna make my tomato sauce. I just washed my tomatoes. And I'm gonna be using a total of 5.5 Roma tomatoes to make my caldito de tomate. So, just quarter these. I'm gonna be using half of a medium-sized onion. Throw it all in here. And to give it some flavor, I'm gonna be using another 2 tablespoons of the caldito de res nor suiza. All right, now that I have all my ingredients in my blender, I'm gonna add the water. And you're gonna need a lot of water because remember, this is part of your stew, your caldito. Just like this. All right, so that's it. Let's put this to boil. All right, guys, so now that my pot is nice and hot, this is when I start putting in my Consome de tomate. And this is my tomato juice that I'm making so I can make that caldito. All right, so make sure for my 3 pounds, I'm gonna try to use half of the pot of just liquid. And then if I think I need a little more, I'll add a little more water. But I think this is fine for now. All right, guys, so now we're gonna start forming our little meatballs. And I like to leave them this size. That's perfect for me. And again, this ground beef tends to cook fast. So you want to make sure that you have your veggies cooked, or you put them in the caldito before the meat, so they can start cooking before the meat. All right, guys, so I'm done with all my bolitas. And now that I'm done with all these bolitas, your little meatballs, then we start cutting our veggies. So like I was telling you, I like to boil or throw in my vegetables before I add my meat, because this tends to cook faster. Look how pretty these are. I really, really love these rainbow carrots. I don't know what it is about just different shapes, different colors on food. I just like to try them all. They do have a slightly different flavor, but it's okay. It's not a big difference. Let's cut these away. Now I cut the edges. Look how pretty that is. It looks like a sunset. So with my albondigas, I do cut my vegetables a little smaller than when I do with my caldo de res, because with the caldo de res, it just cooks. These cook faster, and I like to leave big portions on my caldo de res on purpose so they won't like dissolve when you are cooking them. Let's see. And most of you probably leave them a little smaller, but I'd rather have them whole than falling apart, because if you overcook it, they will start to disappear. Y a mí me gusta mi calabacita así durita, más durita que ni más cocida. Now let's peel the potato. Now we cut them in half, just like this. Oh, maybe 2 more potatoes over here. Let me go wash these. All right, so I'm gonna put them in. Let's go check our tomato broth to see if it's already boiling so I can add my veggies. So now let's take our vegetables all the way to the pot, and let's check to see if our caldito is already boiling, and it is. All right, so we start putting the potato and all of the other veggies. The smell of the tomato cooking with the flavors of the garlic and the scent of the garlic and the onion, it smells so good. All right, so let's wait until they cook just for a little bit, and then I'll add my albondigas. Let's add some salt, and again, this is a lot of caldo. It's a pretty large pot, so want to make sure that your veggies and your caldo, the water, has plenty of salt. I mean, I already put some beef broth of the norsuiza in the blend with the tomato, but I just want to make sure that the rest is also full of flavor. So now let's add the oregano. I always like to have extra oregano, and I like to put it on the broth as well, onto the caldito. And then you cover. All right, so let's go check on our caldito. It's boiling again. So now we start adding one by one. And you gotta go fast because these, woo, did you guys see that? I'm actually gonna start putting two at a time because they do cook fast. And so you have to be quick. Look at all this beautiful, look at all this beautiful meatballs. So now we cover and we let it cook for another 25 minutes to 30 minutes. Okay, so now that once it's boiling, I like to take some of the excess fat out, just like this. Just try to get all that espumita, take it out. I don't like it in my caldo. I don't like it too greasy. Look, they're done. They're pretty much done. Beautiful. You see how the calabacita is like already cooked? So it's pretty much done. I don't like it overcooked, and the way I test it is I get a carrot and I just cut it. And it cut really easily. And that's when I know my caldito is done. But look how pretty my albondigas. Beautiful. And it smells so good. I love the smell of the mint. And we're done. So, and look at this. Look how beautiful these albondigas turned out. So I'm going to show you what I add to it and how I like to eat them. So I put a little bit of limon, like this. Okay, let's see. Ooh, remember that chilito de aceite that I make? It makes my chilito in my soup. This is how I like to eat my tortilla. I get my tortilla, I add some mayonnaise. I know everybody makes fun of me because I add mayonnaise, but believe me, it just gives it so much flavor. And I just roll it up, dip it in my caldito, let it soak for a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this recipe de albóndigas al estilo Jenny. Y espero que les haya gustado. Don't forget to give me that subscribe and that like. Bye.